Set for an epic start.
Just a moment while we prepare something amazing. Oh,
Wait. Oh, it's so big again. Hey! Oh, wait.
hey.
Hey, why is that so big? That's what she said.
Wow, she did.
I resized it before you got on here, but welcome to the Geek Spot news program.
The news broadcast is
The
that
new-
are we a broadcast this evening?
We're a broadcasting this evening with your friends Jack. Wait, I got it right this time. And me, Fred, and my new shirt. Well, it's not new. Actually, I'm just able to fit into an extra large again, which is really kind of awesome. It's a time traveler Marty McPrime. It's a DeLorean that turns into Marty McFly as a transformer. I can't hear you. Still can't hear you. You hit a button. Nope, still can't hear you. Nope. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope.
Hold on.
Wait, okay. That was very bad. Very faint.
Better now.
Oh, there we go. Boy, we are firing on all
Yeah.
cylinders tonight, aren't we?
So fun fact. Well, now I got to turn the volume down on this mic. But fun fact, yeah. So all these new iOS updates
Oh,
made my Mac. I started this to try and hop onto my phone as opposed to just staying with all of this stuff wired up to it. It should
Yeah.
hooked up. So instead, it wanted to go somewhere else, and it screwed everything up. And now we're better.
That's awesome.
Sure.
I'm gonna have to mute myself while you talk about what you did. Oh, look at him! Thank you, thank you, Dom. I'm looking at you, saying what's up to Dom, who's in the theater watching Joker 2. And,
Oh, that's
thank you,
nice and early.
Thaddeus, and hi to Charles. And I'm gonna mute myself while you tell everybody what you did while I switch.
Yeah, you do that. You got microphones and stuff to move around, I'm sure. So not anything crazy the last week. Couple of gigs with the band Super Train. Was it Nick's local? Saw some old friends. Friend of the show, Danny, showed up for a set or so, which is good to see him. Had another show out in Doylestown with that same band over the weekend. So lots of good stuff happening there.
Oops.
Joker Folie de Do or something. I don't even know what it's called. We might talk about that next week. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Yeah, so that nothing busy. Like I said, watched a bunch of stuff. I finished Chaos, which is it better get a season 2 because otherwise I'm going to be pissed. I just wasted 8 hours because it definitely didn't finish.
Yeah, I do that a lot, don't I?
It was like, hey, here's a great show. Enjoy it. Highly recommend it. Assuming it gets picked up for season 2, then go watch it. If it doesn't get picked up for season 2, don't even bother. Because it barely finishes a single storyline over the course of 8 episodes. But,
I love shows like that.
Well, I mean, it was like build, great, and then like some stuff happens, but like it leaves like all of the important stuff just hanging. I thought it was going to be like a 1-season show because it's some pretty big stars.
Yeah.
But no, it's going to continue. I hope. I haven't looked to see if it actually got picked up or not. Maybe we'll hit that in the news section, or I'll find out by the time we get to the news. But yeah, that stuff, and then nothing else big. Yeah. Nothing else big the last week. How about you, man?
Hi Pete. Hi T. Hi T. No, I couldn't make a joke out of that. Sorry. Me. Let's see. I actually did stuff this weekend, but it did not involve going out. Do you like our background? You see the cars passing by?
It's pretty fancy. Our background for tonight.
Yeah. Anyway, what did I do this weekend? Let's see. And then, hey, hi, JJ, number 1 Phillies fan in all of the Delaware Valley. So I say that sarcastically. What did I do this weekend? I got invited to go out Friday night, and then I had some stuff going on at home, and I couldn't make it out. And I was going to pop out to see our friend Jimmy and pop out to see you. But I had some stuff going on at home. I was not able to make that happen.
It's all right. Danny came out. It was better than you visited anyway.
Texted me. I also did not make it out to see Danny play on Sunday. That was more just because I didn't feel like going out. And that
You're reveling in the Eagles win, I'm sure.
who? The band? They're playing at the Sphere in Vegas.
Are they?
Yep, they are.
It's
really good.
It's a good gig for them.
It's a great gig. $450,000 a day it costs to operate that, but that's another story.
Yeah, I heard they're making a ton of money.
Yeah, and they're opening one in Dubai, which is probably going to make a ton of money. They have lots of money to spend over there.
Sure.
But anyway, now I started working on the basement. I started cleaning out the basement again because I'm going to paint the walls and I'm going to put the podcast down there and redo all the walls and kind of, so that you don't have this blurry background behind me and you'll actually see fun stuff.
Are you going to paint all the walls green and just have it be one big green screen?
Actually, I was going to paint it Starlight, I think it's called. It's like a bluish green. So I have to kind of look into that a little bit more because I don't really want that to happen.
Did you get anything new and exciting for around the house after that?
I did. And I was going to put a picture of it up here. But Hugo Strange would be good. Yeah, I did dye the beard. The beard's less gray. Do it twice a month or twice a year. I do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think for Halloween, I'm going to go all white and I'm going to be old Obi-Wan.
Oh,
I have a Jedi robe. Yes, I got a 7
Wasn't old Obi-Wan younger than you?
It probably was. Probably was. That's a good thing to look up. I got a 7-foot Darth Vader animatronic from Home Depot that the Stormtroopers advertised as 7 foot and doesn't quite reach the 7 foot. He went to work. I put him in work. We put a basket on. We put the little basket on him, and he has candy. And Darth Vader is. I'll have to post a picture of it up on our Facebook page. It's immense, and it's so big that the lightsaber keeps hitting the ceiling. And I had to move it into the dining room.
It's pretty awesome.
Gave my mom a heart attack.
Yeah, when she wanders around the house late at night, it's going to scare the hell out of her.
The motion sensor isn't on, but it's on. So it's a big red lightsaber and then the orange pumpkin that it's holding in his hand. And then for Christmas, you take the red lightsaber out and you put a candy cane lightsaber in. It's straight like a candy cane.
Got it.
And then he dangles a ball ornament. He dangles an ornament from his hand. So
that's better. It's better than the other things that you could dangle with your hand.
Yeah. I didn't even go to hockey Sunday because it was rainy and it was just, Tomorrow night, I go 6:45 and 7:30 back to back.
Oh, you'll be not sore at all.
I will be dead on Wednesday. That's the plan.
Nice. Yeah, I did just check. Chaos Season 2 still not announced, but apparently is imminent. So go watch Chaos Season 2 or Season 1 so you can see Season 2 in 4 years when they film it.
Oh, no way. Wait. I just got sad news. Like, dude, so the opening of the show is just going to be awful, awful sad news. Okay. I just got from TMZ and a couple other news sites, and a friend just texted, Pete Rose passed away at 83 years old.
Oh, no. I didn't realize he was 83.
Yeah. That's an absolute shame. I mean, the man never got into the Hall of Fame, and hopefully he gets in after. JJ, I just...
well, now he definitely can't gamble anymore, so now...
Well, ouch. Pete Rose was actually my baseball hero when I was a kid. I got a book signed by him. My grandmother took me up. He was doing a book signing at Clover at Cotman and Castor.
Wow.
Right?
That's
so much going on in that sentence.
Yeah.
But I still actually have the book with his autograph in it somewhere.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So we have the Pete Rose thing, and then we had some slightly more famous people pass away.
We can hit another Philly legend if you need to hit that first. It's what the people came to hear about.
Which Philly legend?
Dikembe?
Oh my God! So there's even another one. So Dikembe Mutombo passed away at 58, I believe he was today.
Yeah,
Brain
from brain
cancer.
cancer. Yeah, wild.
So they usually say this goes in threes. We're at 5 right now in the last week.
Yeah, it's been busy.
It's really so with John Ashton. For those of you that don't know, he was Sergeant Taggart in the Beverly Hills Cop movies. He passed away from cancer.
Oh, geez, I don't think I
I,
even heard about that one.
he was 76.
Like Alec Guinness was 70, by the way.
Okay, so I'm
when he
right on
so,
the doorstep of
yeah.
Alec, right there.
So
John
you're
Ashton was in. Hold on now. I have the other two prepared. I wasn't prepared for this. Obviously he was in the Beverly Hills Cop movies. And then he had a lot of like supporting actor roles going back to oh my god, he had a really long career. Hold on. He was on Fantasy Island, dude, in 1999, not the original, but
wait, I thought the remake was after that. There was
now
another remake in 1999.
says Fantasy Island
Great.
1999. He was in the Tommy Knockers TV series in
Yeah, I
93.
think the 1999 Fantasy Island was something a little more risque, is my guess.
Oh, okay. King
Maybe
Kong
not.
Lives. He was in the A-Team as Cactus Jack Slater in 85.
Wow. I mean,
Right?
most people were in the A-Team for a minute or two.
Starsky and Hutch, Columbo. He goes all the way back to 73 was his Kojak. Like all the shows that my dad watched.
You didn't
Barnaby
watch Kojak?
Jones. He was he was an uncredited in the Wonder Woman TV series in 1997. He was uncredited as Nazi henchman.
Great.
Much
Great.
different times back then.
Yeah, so I was yeah. There apparently there was a whole episode of Spidey and his Spider-Man and his amazing friends from the '80s that is a lost episode now because it's about Red Skull and a bunch of Nazis.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Yeah.
So not only did he pass away, but Chris Christopherson passed away this week. If you're not sure who he is, he was 88. He had an incredibly long career that went back to 1971 is when he started. He was a country singer, award-winning country singer,
Mm-hmm.
and then he transitioned into movies.
I mean, he wrote Janis Joplin's biggest hit.
Mm-hmm.
Was him.
He was in Big Top Pee-wee. What's a couple of other things that
So he was in A Star Is Born.
He was in
his
A Star.
first turn with Barbara Streisand. That
I
was
went
his
way
big
back.
one.
He was in Blade. He was Whistler.
Yeah, I was going to say he was actually nominated and it might have won a Golden Globe for Blade. So
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
I know he was nominated. I don't know if he won, but he was up for a Golden Globe for his performance in Blade. So he was fantastic as Whistler in all those movies. And you got Whistler's daughter in there in the third one.
Who's that?
Jessica Biel.
Oh, he was in Payback with Mel Gibson. Right.
Oh, that was a good one too.
Yeah. Planet of the Apes in 2001.
Oh, we don't talk about that one.
No.
No, that was the Tim
That's
Burton
the
one.
Marky Mark one.
Yeah. We don't talk about that one.
Oh, my bad. He was not in that one. Blade Trinity. Yeah, Whistler. There it is. And then he was actually in a bunch of stuff recently. Where are we at? Yeah, his last credit was the music video "Born on the Res" in 2018.
Nice. Yeah, big bucket of win for him.
And the big one, Dame Maggie Smith passed away
At a tender age of
89.
Yeah.
She started her career on the BBC Sunday Night Theater in 1955. I was 12 years old.
That's all?
She was in more things than I could probably even consider going into. She was Mother Superior in Sister Act. She was obviously Granny Wendy in Hook. A lot of not memes, but a lot of pictures going around with her and Robin Williams after she passed. Chris Christopherson was quoted as saying Barbara Streisand was the reason he left movies. Oof. I don't know if that's a good thing.
Yeah, well, he left for a little while, but he came back.
Yeah.
He made his way back.
But Maggie, obviously, Maggie Smith was Professor McGonagall and Harry Potter for some of the younger crowd. Well, not younger anymore, really. Harry Potter started in 2001. Divine Secrets of the Ya-Ya Sisterhood. She acted
Downton Abbey was really her
Downton
biggest.
Abbey is and she acted all the way up to 2023. Her last credit on IMDb is The Miracle Club. So yeah. There's
Look, it's thankfully for all of them except for Dikembe, all well into their 80s. So nice long lives for all of them, and God bless them all.
Yeah. Now that we started your night off with sadness, I'm gonna pull up two of these lists.
Oh God.
One of them's for you.
Biggest movie deaths. Oh no. What are we doing?
No.
Most tragic Office episodes in the first two seasons.
I don't know. Oh, please don't be a video.
I bet we're gonna get a video.
Yeah, can't use it. I'll have to look it up look it up another time. You would have really liked it. So we'll just go with the one. Let's see.
It's fine. I might have exciting news about something I watched finally, or got through sometime when we get there.
Ooh, we're doing that next. I can't wait. The 15 greatest Sopranos betrayals.
Oh dear God! There was only 50. There was 15.
Apparently, but we won't delve too deep into most of these. Number 15, Jackie Jr. leaves Dino to die.
He did. I will be totally honest. It has been a solid 20 years since I watched The Sopranos.
I rewatched it about 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
Dino was shot by Christopher and Albert. Number 14, Johnny Soprano is happy to let Livia die during a miscarriage. Okay. That was from The Many Saints of Newark, I believe.
I was going to say, I feel like some of these things, I bet they're going to pull.
No. It was a flashback, but okay. Yeah, that's fine. Number 13, Nucci not telling Paulie the truth about his mother. That one, yeah, I guess that's okay. All right.
Is that a betrayal, really?
Yeah, it's a betrayal. Number 12, Sean and Matt's unsanctioned hit on Christopher. That was a big moment in the show. I remember that.
It was. That was. I remember that one because it was much later.
Yeah. Number 11, which I would have really assumed that this would have been one. The show betrays viewers with the cut to black ending.
Yeah, and that's number 10.
That's number 11.
Wow, that's really low down the list.
Tell you what. After rewatching the show, I don't hate it. I don't hate the ending. I did not like the ending when it happened.
What about them all being in purgatory?
No, see, that's a different show. We'll talk
about I thought that was what that ending meant.
No. Number 10, Tony burns down Artie's restaurant. You remember that? That was fun when Artie found out and tried to kill him with a rifle, a deer rifle.
Yeah. So, fun fact about me and The Sopranos: when it came out, pre DVR and DVDs and all that kind of stuff, there was VHS. But if you missed a season and got into like season 2, that was when you started.
Yeah.
So I think I watched like season 3 on. But like the first 2 seasons, I don't know that I've ever seen of The Sopranos. So I just had to keep hoping that I figured out context as we went.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip a couple because some of these Number 8 is Tony and Uncle Junior. That's really low down the list. Number 7, Ray Curto, The Secret Informant.
Yeah.
That was one of the first. Number 6, Jimmy Petrelli betrays Johnny Sack.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Number 5, Sal Bonpensiero. Yeah. I can get the Italian names without a problem.
By the way, spoilers for The Sopranos, the 20-year-old show.
Yeah. Well, Big Pussy became an informant. Number 4, which I thought this one would be a little bit higher up, and maybe like number 1, is Christopher and Adriana. Adriana flip. That was bad. That was sad.
That was. She got what she deserved in the end.
Number 3 is A Marriage Betrayed, Tony and Carmela. Yeah, this list kind of sucks. Yeah. Number 2, Tony betrays Christopher. And number 1, Livia betrays her son Tony. All right. I've had better lists.
So just a reminder, kids, we don't vet the list before we go through. We see something that looks fun, and then we try it,
We try it, and
and it's a
some
60-40 split
sometimes it's a dud.
sometimes.
Well, that was one I had left over, so I can go back to Ranker.
We can go back and find some other stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I caught up. I set time aside yesterday, and instead of watching whatever I was supposed to watch yesterday, I went and finished up season 2 of The Office. So now I'm on to when you told
Title.
me it's going to start getting good.
Yes. You finished Casino Night.
So yeah, so I had Casino Night, I had the drug investigation, and I had the human resources conflict resolution or whatever it was called.
Yes, the drug one was kind of funny when he asked Creed what the picture was, and he nailed it right on, and he went, "No, it's marijuana."
I knew exactly what Creed was. I'm like, oh yeah, he's he's the guy that would know.
Yes.
He's probably my favorite character on the show at this
Oh,
point.
Creed?
Yeah,
Yeah, Creed's great.
2 seasons in, definitely my favorite character.
How goes the bullying?
They've tightened up Dwight a little bit and made him a little less odd so far, and where he's trying to give it back now as opposed to just being bullied. But Jim's still like not a good person. I mean, he's like, hey, I know you're getting married and I should respect that, but no, you should be with me. I'm just going to make out with you. Okay.
Well, I
No.
mean, she didn't exactly pull away.
No, look, I get it, but I'm just saying. The show did a good job at building the two of them up, but I think not enough of a job at making the other dude seem like that much of a dick.
Yeah.
And at least his first two, they did, and then they went away from it.
Right.
And just said, let's just focus on Jim and Pam, and then let's figure out how to get the other guy out of the picture. Is where I guess that it went. I don't know how much longer that lingers into season 3 because that'll start this week.
Well, you know,
but still not
season
not a great. It's fine. It's not a great show.
Season 3 introduces a bunch of new characters, and it starts to get better.
Okay. You're really selling it. It's great. I love it.
Yeah. Well, Rashida Jones comes in. Ed Helms comes in.
Well, Rashida Jones can make any show better, so that's good.
She's good
for at least a season.
She's good. Yeah, she's good. Yeah, it's fine. You'll enjoy it. I hope.
Okay. It's still like it's just on, but it's not sucking me in yet.
No.
But yeah, I will keep going because I know that you are so deep into watch your Doctor Who watch that I can't wait to hear what you think of Shooty.
At the end of this month, which is today,
yeah,
I got to get through. What do we have? 2 more Bad Monkeys, or 1?
I think there's 2.
That was 8. Okay, still a really good show.
Oh my god, Bad Monkey. His latest episode left some stuff. The end, the cliffhanger at the end, I was like, oh my god, okay. Like, Yancey's not dumb enough to do what they did in that one. That doesn't even make sense. No. Like some of the choices in this episode were like, okay, now you guys are trying to fill 10 episodes, and you probably should have stopped at 8.
Right.
But there was also some really funny stuff. The back and forth with him and the neighbor is so much fun.
Yeah, I'm enjoying that, and
because I love that dude from SNL.
It reached one of the crescendo.
Yeah, so now if
you haven't seen it,
we'll see where it goes from here on with that character and then all the other stuff. And I just think that the cast continues to be brilliant on this show. So I'm excited to see where it keeps going and to see if they try and do a season 2 because I don't know how you would. I mean, they will.
So for what I think I said it in an earlier episode we did that they might be looking at this as kind of like a Knives Out kind of a series where it's like,
yeah, but I don't know how you move Yancey somewhere else.
Right. You would have to you would have to start a whole nother character somewhere because I don't see a character that can move to another location and start the same thing. He's too old to go to Chicago and be a cop or some. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
don't.
there's no transfers in
No,
his thing.
no.
But maybe he gets fired again and has to go and get the FBI recruits him at the end.
It's true. It could
And then you
happen.
get that because he had this big break and now he's in the FBI and they pull in some other stuff. But I don't know. I don't know that it needs any more seasons. I think if they tie this up well in the last 2 episodes, it'll be um a great standalone limited series.
Yeah, I would be totally happy if it wrapped up, ended, and we moved on to something else.
But hey, it's 2024. There's no fucking way that happens.
Probably not. Not if it's that big of a hit, and I think I think it's a hit for them, right?
Nobody knows anything about Apple. I did see, speaking of Apple TV, though, that Mythic Quest is coming back soon.
Oh,
They are filming, which is surprising that they're filming because they're currently writing the 18th season of Always Sunny. So how the man has the time while also doing all those episodes of Welcome to Wrexham.
yeah.
Like, God bless him, and his wife's new show is great too. I
Yeah,
gotta get through the second episode.
I saw that one was really good. It's so hard to try and fit other stuff in.
It is. There's a lot, especially with all the football going on and all of the.
I don't care about
I
that.
think Pete's excited about Mythic Quest. I hope because there's a little lag, so I'm hoping that's what he's
Yeah.
excited about.
I could care less. I could care less about football. I am 0-4 after tonight officially in my fantasy football league. So I could really care less about the NFL.
There was some baseball lately to watch. Nothing good with it, but so now that at least one of those is winding down a little bit, I did not get to Daryl Dixon season 2, the Book of Carol yet. That dropped yesterday. Its premiere. So I have to make that up. But before we dig into that stuff, how about I bet we have some news that happened besides all of your uplifting news that we started out with.
What news is that?
I don't know.
Oh,
Is
the
there
other
news?
news. Yeah, the other news. Yeah.
There
I
you
really
go.
don't have
In other news, there you go.
really don't-
Look at that. It's a segment name. Here we
I
go.
don't really have that much other news. You know how we always like to talk about the Pooh inverse?
Yes.
Yeah, horrorverse. Yeah, so after Scott Chambers is done directing Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, which is scheduled for a 2025 release, his next film will be Alice and the Mad Hatter.
Oh.
Yeah, they're all in, man.
Yeah, I looked at the trailer for that first one and I was like, nope. I don't think I would like this at all. The Blood and Honey. I was like, no.
There's a Bambi and Pinocchio and a crossover project and a Blood and Honey threequel. And now
Just
this,
odd.
it just, there's so much horror Winnie the Pooh stuff. I think it's great. I'm not interested in it, but I think it's awesome. It does sound like an adult film. Most of these sound like an adult film.
Yeah, but you have to like really search for that adult film on the internet. Like that's not one that just pops up on one of this. You gotta go to those extra heavy duty sites.
Well, do you? Do you? So
you can DM Frank if you'd like to know what those sites are. Everybody,
I don't know
listening.
what you're speaking about. I don't know what you speak of. Remember that little movie that James Cameron did a bunch of years back called Titanic?
Yeah.
Okay, and remember how everyone was like really mad that Jack couldn't fit on the door?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, Kate Winslet burst a bubble and said that the tank that they were in was about waist high, and Leo was kneeling during that whole scene.
Wow.
How awesome is that? The next time you see that scene, you realize that he's literally kneeling in the tank. Titanic was a fun indie film. He is right. It's a fun indie film. Outside of going to the other genres, yeah, I don't really have much in the other.
He's also said James Cameron's also come out lately saying he's about ready to go back to Terminator.
Yeah.
But he wants to take it away from everything that it's been wrapped into, though. He's tired of he wants to get away from Sarah Connor, and he wants to get away from the Arnold's Terminator.
Well, do you think seeing the Netflix version that they put out, he's kind of like, oh, I can do other stuff.
I mean, it's his characters. I'm sure he had something to do with that.
Right, but seeing as well received as it was not being Arnold and how poorly received the last few have been,
Well,
he's
yeah.
probably thinking, "Ooh, I could
Well,
change it up and it could work."
the last few have also been really bad.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. They
Um,
have not been well received at all.
no, even with your girl, your
Who?
Amelia, your
Oh, yeah.
who
Jai
look,
Courtney and
everybody, people love her except for when she's in anything.
yeah, unless there's a dragon involved, nobody cares, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Because
I
it's that and Secret Invasion both just.
I look, I agree. I don't really need any more Terminator IP at all.
See, I think it's a fun.
Yeah, but they told the story.
Well, they told that story to it, right? But like, I think it would be cool to see more what we did the second time with like the dystopian wasteland. But like, it doesn't need to be John Connor there. Like, show me other stories in that,
Okay. If you can freshen it up
and
and
like,
not
don't
give
make
me,
him lose.
yeah, well, yeah, that would be nice. If you could freshen it up and not show me the same story regurgitated over and over and over and over and over with just a tiny little twist here and a time, show me bigger twists.
Yeah,
Like the movie where John Connor comes back as the Terminator could have been a good movie had the writing not been awful.
yeah, yeah. That
It
was
could have. That was
well. They were just worried about how they could cram Arnold into that movie. Is all they cared about.
well,
And that's with most of them. Like that's all it's been. Like how can we make old man Terminator
yes.
a thing again, and then make him young and do a bunch of CGI and spend an extra $1 billion producing this movie?
No, we don't we don't need that at all. Um where's my other stuff?
It's hidden on that one tab.
It is. It's on the other tab over there.
Swipe. You have to swipe.
I do. I have to swiper.
See, Rise of the Machines. That's the one I was talking about. Isn't that the one that's set in the future?
Yes.
I never saw that one, but like maybe that's why that's the one I want to see. So if I saw that one and Christian Bale yelling at people, or no, it wasn't the Christian Bale one.
Was it? Sure? I think so.
I don't know. T's gonna let us know. It wasn't Rise of the
Yeah,
Machines.
that's the 2003 one.
Oh, was it? What was the one with Nick Stahl then that I was thinking of?
That's that one. Nick Stahl. Wait.
No.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Salvation
is the yelling one. Nick Stahl is the one you're thinking of.
Okay.
Yes. I apologize.
That one wasn't bad, except for the Nick Stahl turn at the end, and that he turned out to be a horrible human being.
Wow.
So that makes it tough because his turn in Carnival was so good.
Gotcha.
Did you watch that show?
Carnival?
Carnival.
No. Is that the HBO one?
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh my god, it's brilliant. So well done. This is super cool story. If you have HBO Max, go see if that's on there because it was spectacular. It ended not done, which sucks, but the first 2 seasons are so good. And I can't remember his name, but Clancy Brown is in it and brilliant. Brilliant. One of the best things I've ever seen Clancy Brown in.
Oh, okay. Then so the Star Wars stunt coordinator.
Yes.
His name is. Oh my God! I just had it and I moved. Chris Castellani.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Chris Castellani is the guy he was speaking with.
Oh, not the guy I was thinking of at all.
Millard is the guy. He said there is enough unused footage from the 3 prequel movies to actually make 3 more full movies. That's how much they cut.
I'm in.
Give me another Last Skywalker.
I want to know. Wait, but how did they cut that much, and did they put those stories that they cut into other places?
Well, I should read these articles ahead of time.
Is that the storylines they use for the Clone Wars show, or is that?
No, it's from all 3 actually. The big lightsaber fight at the end of Revenge of the Sith was actually very, very different.
Oh,
yeah.
Anakin.
It involved Anakin aiming with his lightsaber to cut off Obi-Wan's head, which he then deflected to dismember Anakin the way he does in the final film.
Oh, that's
Yeah, there's a whole big
cool.
long article about it. Yeah, so but anyway,
So you can go find that, and we'll read it,
yeah.
everybody, and then
No,
we'll
I have
talk.
it. Yeah, I have it. I have it here, but yeah, I work was a little busier today, so
I meant the listeners can go read it.
oh yeah, I'm a little less
You're
prepared.
setting them up. It's all good, man.
Mm.
It has been a hectic week for everybody. We started a little late because I had lessons running over for the kids and all sorts of stuff. So it happens
It
all over the
really
place, man.
has. So there's a so on the DC side of the world, real fast. The Hollywood Reporter reveals that the DC Studios is developing a Bane and Deathstroke team up movie. James Gunn has not commented yet, and you know he likes to comment on stuff.
That doesn't sound good.
No, I don't know if I would want to see that. I would like to see a solo of either Bane.
No, don't they don't. Let's not go. Let's not go
What, Deathstroke?
the Sony route with the let's do all these villain movies before we introduce them. Like, don't introduce
Um,
them through a standalone, because the problem with doing them in a standalone is they need to be the protagonist. Which, guess what that means?
that means you have to like them.
That means you have to make him an anti-hero, because that's what they do with all the people in these stupid movies for Sony. Like,
I
Venom is an anti-hero, for Christ's sake. Like, what are we doing?
well, a Bane solo movie I wouldn't want to see. A Deathstroke solo movie I could possibly want to see.
I will 100% agree with T that he says, unless it's in the HBO Max Harley universe, I will watch Bane all day in that. He was so good in Kite Man. Hell yeah. That, and I talked about that last week or the week before, but like,
Yes.
so good in Kite Man. He was definitely my favorite character in that show. And he's always been great in the Harley show, just as this like random comic relief. And I still will remind you, you need to go watch the Valentine special from last season before this new season drops.
Oh, thank you. I will.
I know. It's on the list.
It is on the list, kinda. Um so speaking of the DC universe, you haven't watched the Penguin show.
The new episode. I
Yeah.
tried before this to watch it. I got through like the first 20 minutes, and then I had to do other stuff.
So I should not go through the Easter eggs from this episode that will probably spoil the whole show.
Probably not.
It's a really good episode, so I'm not gonna.
Probably not. It's also
not
tough
gonna
to
mess
cover
with
the
it.
Sunday night shows on Monday, unless it's like Game or the House of Dragon, where you don't have a choice but to watch it Sunday night.
Yeah. Oh, I just clicked on the wrong link again.
And look, I'm also mad at HBO Max for putting that show on that schedule during football season. Like, who does that?
That's kind of weird.
It's hard enough that I already spent, 8 hours sitting in front of my TV to watch football, that you want me to then turn on HBO Max and have to focus for an hour. That's tough, man.
Personally don't care about football, and
It's because your team sucks.
Yeah, they do kind of suck. That would be a whole nother topic. And
yeah, my team figured it out after week 2.
Yeah,
after week 2. So now my team is super fun to watch.
My team is super not fun to watch. Thank goodness for the bye. I won't lie to you. I put on the game yesterday. I got into the second scoring drive of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and turned right over to Lost.
Yeah, so the Ravens game looked a lot like the Eagles game, except for the Ravens were the Tampa Bay team.
Right.
So it was super fun.
But you watched Agatha.
I did watch Agatha.
What did you think of this week's Agatha?
So not as great as the first two. Definitely more down the bottle episode, but I thought I enjoyed it still. I thought it was still well written. I thought it gave us insights into all the characters. I thought you got some good Easter eggs here and there that dropped throughout it.
Yep.
I guess if we get 9 episodes, I don't know how many trials there are. I guess one for each witch. So we get 5 episodes of trials, and then we get a wrap up, two wrap up episodes of the season. But now they, spoilers for Agatha, which, like I said, I wouldn't want to spoil Penguin because it's so quick.
I enjoyed this episode a lot. I thought this episode was a lot of fun. It's this show has the lowest budget of any Disney Plus MCU series
which is
ever.
crazy. Like
Yeah,
lower than Echo, really?
yeah.
Because I mean, Echo was fucking awful.
So
Like
this
I
is
don't know
the
what they could have spent money on in Echo.
so this is the Acolyte had a reported budget of 180 million for
But
6
yeah,
episodes. Agatha has the lowest budget of any Disney Plus MCU series. Echo had a $40 million budget. So they have to be at what, 30 million maybe?
I mean,
I
that's
mean, it could
good.
be 39 million, but it does look fantastic. The sets are great, and so far that from what we've seen, and I I'm enjoying the characters. I'm enjoying the interactions. I'm enjoying what a weasel Agatha's trying to be.
Yeah, I still haven't figured out what they're doing with her character with it. Um, and look, they're gonna need a new Green Witch because there's still gonna be a Green Witch trial. So
Maybe,
I
maybe
think there's one per witch, right? Because this week was
this week.
Jennifer Kale
Yep,
with
she's
her
great.
natural beauty products. Look, I thought Sashir, there it is. Sashir Zameda has been brilliant since
Yeah.
she was on SNL. Um, and she had something else she did not too long ago that she was fantastic in, and she continues all of those trends.
Um, I I saw an article that basically pretty much spoiled who the teen is. I'm not going to say what I saw. I'm not going to ask you to guess who you think it is because I don't want to give it away with a facial expression. It's out there. Thank you, Funko Pop, for ruining.
I think they ruined who, and I didn't see it. No interest
But
in reading it,
no, I didn't read it
but
on.
I think they ruined who Aubrey Plaza is too.
They did. There's been articles about who Aubrey Plaza is since she debuted, and some are speculation, but the speculation seems to be rooted in truth. And again, I'm not saying that because I don't want to I don't want to throw it out there. I do want to be surprised. We got the Mephisto name drop. That was the big thing in the episode, that every single website and blog is hanging on the fact that Mephisto's finally in the MCU. Not really in, just the
Well,
name drop.
mentioned, but apparently, also mentioned in Avengers.
Really?
So this is how crazy we are in everything now. So we've gotten to the point where people will go back and find articles from those movies and screenshot and then zoom in on the type at the bottom of things.
Ah, okay.
So it's like on the history of the scepter, I want to say, and they talk
Okay.
about that it was in Mephisto's hands at some point. And like that's how deep we're going to. Loki was mentioned in Avengers. He's always been around.
It's well, I mean, look, it's good that if they do that so that you don't just retcon him, so you can say, "Hey, we mentioned him over here. He's been around forever." Okay, cool, but you know, good. Like unless he shows up, unless the engineer pops his head up at some point on this road, I'm still holding out hope that
Look, I
red
think
herring.
you get him at some point. I don't know if you get to see him or it's just a reveal. And look, not an easy character to pull into the mainstream because if he looks great on a page,
Right.
but will probably look either insanely silly if they try and do a comic book accurate costume,
Is
or it'll just be like a dude in like a business suit.
is that going to be as hard to pull off as Sentry? Because I feel like Sentry is
Sentry's pretty easy. Sentry's
not.
just a dude with, I mean, in the
Well,
comics, he's
it's
just a,
Superman,
yeah, with long blonde hair. That's all.
right?
But Mephisto is, a literal devil. Like has the
Yeah.
pointed tail and like big red hair like a lion's mane and yellow
Well,
eyes
they
and
did
a cool pink red face.
the guy that killed Asgard,
Um, who?
the big guy that destroyed Asgard.
Surtur?
Yeah, the guy with the big horns.
Yeah, but that looks fine for like a big giant like that. But he doesn't look like the guy from Legend. Mephisto doesn't have horns.
Right.
So I don't know how that'll translate if they try and do a comic accurate version. If they don't do a comic accurate version, is it worth doing?
I don't know. But then again, they reimagine a lot of stuff. So,
They do. I think Patty LuPone's doing nice work too. I guarantee she has no idea when she filmed this. She had no idea what show she was on.
Who?
Petalupone.
Which one's that?
She is the psychic, the charlatan, the one
Oh,
who's
oh, oh, oh,
palm
yeah,
reader,
yeah, yeah.
tarot
Okay.
cards. Huge Broadway star,
Okay.
like Broadway
Right.
royalty.
Okay.
I guarantee she has no idea she was in a Marvel show. She was just like, "What am I going to play? Sure, I'll do. Give me my check."
Like Gwyneth Paltrow?
Yes, very similar. But R.I.P. Mrs. Foreman.
So far.
So far, we'll see if maybe she really was a witch. I just didn't know it.
The last thing I have is Marvel is submitting Deadpool and Wolverine for Golden Globes consideration in the comedy categories. So the studio is submitting Reynolds for consideration in the Golden Globes Best Actor category. Meanwhile, Hugh Jackman will be submitted for consideration for Best Supporting Actor in multiple major races, including the Oscars, Golden Globes, Screen Actors Guild Awards, and Critics' Choice Awards. The Phase 5 movie will also be targeting nominations in the technical categories from visual effects to production design. So they really want to get some Oscars and some awards for this.
Look, I don't know if they'll get any Oscars for it, but
Who's Sharon?
Yeah.
Wait, who is Sharon?
Well, T said Rip Sharon.
Yeah, wait.
And then I said, who's Sharon?
Geek Spot said who's Sharon twice.
Well, because we said it on Facebook and on YouTube.
Yeah, I totally am spaced out tonight. Sharon Carter?
No, Sharon was Mrs. Foreman on Agatha. And then the final question was, who's Sharon?
Yes. I think Peter should also win Best Supporting Actor. I think Peter's been great.
I think Peter should win one for Bad Monkey.
If anybody should win one for Bad Monkey, it's definitely the guy that has to pretend he only has one arm half the show.
But he is fantastic in Bad Monkey. It's the first time I've ever gotten to see him actually act. Besides the couple seconds in Deadpool and Wolverine, where everybody knows him. But yeah, he's great. Like I said, we said it earlier, the whole cast of that show is great. So another recommendation to go watch that. Apparently start The Office at season 3 if you haven't watched The Office.
Yeah. You know what? T was making a WandaVision reference and that was her character. That's her character's name. And I'm a dummy for not figuring that out.
Sharon. I know.
I didn't know.
She corrected everybody all episode that her name was Sharon because they kept trying to call her Mrs. King.
I apologize. Again, my head is, I am not even, I'm running on fumes today.
And then at the end, I want to say Jennifer Kale says, rest in peace, Sharon. And Agatha says, who's Sharon?
That's right. See, now the joke's funny. Now I get it. Holy crap, do I suck tonight.
That's great.
And I got the title of the episode wrong again on here.
Did you? What are we on now? Episode 177?
No, it's episode 153, and I didn't do that right. But anyway,
so hey, you can spot me playing solo acoustic this week at jackkidmusic.com. I'll be around. I think I'm at Harrigan's and Rosalie this week, so come check that out, or just watch some stuff and then join in the conversation next Monday. We may or may not pop out and see the Joker this week. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. My boss is in town, which is throwing a monkey wrench into my life.
Oh, I got us some advanced passes, but I think that's the only way that I will go see this movie. Because it was a struggle getting through the first one in the theater. And that was at like 1 o'clock on a Tuesday. I went to see it just because I was like, let me get this in a movie theater.
I really enjoyed the first one. I just am not sold on the second one at all.
The first one was a great not Joker movie.
I'm very glad that it's not going to be in the Batman universe. Thank you, T. Thank you. T said that we really are the best great show. I would have given this show 3 out of 5 stars tonight, or 2.5. So Jack listed all his places. You can catch me every so often on the WWE The People Wrestling podcast. over on YouTube. Um, I pop in and hang out with our friend JJ and Danny and friend Ted and another friend Andy. Um, and we do wrestling stuff. They've done 4 episodes. I've done 3. So it's fun. It's fun talking about wrestling. I enjoy it.
Yeah, and I don't do it, so you gotta get your fix somewhere.
I gotta get my
And WWE the people,
we the people.
you
Yeah,
like that? Yeah.
I dig it.
They are the place to go get your wrestling talk.
Yes, yes.
So thanks for finding the geek spot, everybody. We
Ooh.
will we will be all caught up on watching all of the things now that we have a week-long break from having to watch the Phillies either play or not play, depending on their mood. And
Let's hope they play
they come back Saturday. So,
Saturday.
but the last week they have not. There's been hangover games and don't give a shit games, and just get to the last game of the season games. And then the Eagles, luckily, are on a bye week, so they can not suck when they come back.
Thank
So
God.
since we have all those breaks, I'm sure we're gonna watch all sorts of things. Frank's gonna start his Doctor Who watch, and there'll
What?
be so many things
Who?
to hear next time
Who?
here on Geek Spot News. Thanks, everybody.
Who? Bye.